internet's being all wacky, so I figured I'll just go live, and it tends to work better sometimes. Um, I've just been thinking a lot about how being raised in a cult changed me in adulthood and how it formed my faith and became just something that really formed my identity. One thing that really bothered me about that movement is that it felt like we were the special ones. We were the chosen ones. It was almost like an us versus them. Like if you aren't a Christian, then you're against us. And that's exactly the opposite of what Jesus preached. It was like about loving your neighbor and being kind to others and serving them and giving healing and giving kindnesses. So it just didn't make sense, especially when Jesus was hanging out with people that Christians wouldn't approve of hanging out with. So those are some of the thoughts I had. And when I went to get my first job as a teenager, I was kind of coming out of the cult in some ways because I was learning how to interact with people who didn't attend my church. I was homeschooled, so I was very sheltered, very much in the same little world. And that really broadened my world to realize just how odd we all were. Thinking that our life's mission was to build a following of thousands and create a movement, or our lives didn't have as much significance. Like, how odd is that, right? But I didn't know it was weird. It was all I ever knew. And we weren't really taught to think critically because we were taught to follow our feelings, to prophetic revelations, or to see signs where there wasn't a sign. Like, I could tell you story after story about all the weird things that people and I thought were real and thought were, I don't know, some kind of sign from God, instead of allowing the authenticity of our scripture. And Christians are supposed to think that, you know, we're not supposed to think we're better than everybody else. Like there was this elitist attitude of we have this significant calling and gifting and other people don't understand. And if they understood, they would do what we're doing. No Christian is better than any other Christian. So elevating our community as this super important place is just weird. um, yeah, it's not about me. It's about what God gave us. He gave us forgiveness. He gave us his holiness. He gave us everything that we have. And as Christians, we should be aware of the fact that we're sinful and broken and lost and we need him. If we're not lost, then we don't need a master. If we have it all together and we have all the answers within ourselves, then why would we be a Christian? That's a very self centered mindset, which has nothing to do with the faith. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you find it helpful. I'm going to go ahead and post what I just chat about, and hopefully you find it enlightening in your future endeavors. Nice to meet you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and post and enjoy.